This is Daily Tech Mike, and I have an article on PhoneArena.com regarding to Dish. So let's take a look at it and see what it says. It says here that Dish loses more wireless subscribers in quarter one, although its build out of 5G is on track. It says Dish chairman Charlie Ergen has always wanted to run a wireless firm. That's why Dish is spending $6.21 billion, second behind the $7.9 billion that T-Mobile spent to acquire 600 megahertz low-band spectrum back in 2017. Dish ended up having an important role to play in the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, helping to grease the wheels so that the merger could get FCC and DOJ's approval. To placate the FCC, which was worried about the reduction in the number of major carriers from 4 to 3, a 25% reduction. Dish promises to replace Sprint as the nation's fourth largest carrier while it builds out its 5G standalone network. Dish is a mobile virtual network operator, MVNO, which means it is buying wireless service wholesale from T-Mobile, AT&T, and selling it to the public at retail price. So far, Dish has been having problems keeping wireless customers. Dish Wireless started with the 9.3 million subscribers it obtained when it closed out the purchase of Sprint prepaid business. That deal gave Dish 7,500 retail stores and 400 employees, but since the deal closed, the customers count has been heading south. As recently as this past February, CEO Ergen admitted that it was him fault that the company was 6 months behind in its 5G build out. We're 6 months behind and it's my fault. The executive said, we just didn't anticipate that we'd have to do as much as we are doing on the technical side. And to make matters worse, the firm faces an FCC deadline to cover 20% of the country with its own 5G signal by next month. And by June 14th of 2023, Dish must cover at least 70% of the U.S. population with wireless service equal to or greater than 35 megabytes per second, verified by a drive test. It also needs to have at least 15,000 5G cell sites up and running by that date. If Dish fails to meet those requirements in time, it will make a voluntary contribution to the U.S. Treasury for as much as $2.2 billion. During the fourth quarter of 2021, Dish reported a net decline of 245,000 wireless customers. That sounds pretty bad, but admittedly it was improved over the previous year. Quarter four net decline of 363,000 wireless subscribers. After the fourth quarter, Dish wireless service was used by 8.5 million cell phone users. Today, Dish reports that during the first quarter of 2022, the company saw more net customers lost for its wireless division, with a decline of 363,000 customers. This works out to a net decline of wireless customers that was more than doubled the decline announced by Dish Wireless during the first quarter last year. Dish now has 8.2 million wireless subscribers and had a churn rate of 5.11% during the quarter, up from 4.44% during the same quarter last year. After their earnings release during Dish's conference call, company president Erik Carlson did have some good news to report that the build out of the company's wireless network is on track. The executive added that during the quarter, Dish settled all outstanding issues with T-Mobile on favorable terms. At least was the issue was the earlier than expected closing of T-Mobile's 3G CDMA service, which negatively impacted the Boost customers that Dish acquired in the Sprint deal. Carlson said during the conference call that the accelerated CDMA shutdown planned by T-Mobile negatively impacted Dish Wireless during the first quarter and hurt its ability to complete. Dish is waiting for approval from the DOJ before it can officially settle its dispute with T-Mobile, which includes matters related to the CDMA shutdown. Dish remains optimistic that the DOJ will soon approve the settlement with T-Mobile. As for the first goal of meeting the June 14th deadline of covering 20% of the nation with its 5G signal, Carlson said that Dish is well on the way to achieving this goal. Dish network shares took a hit on Friday, declining 5.26 or 19.14% to 22.22. Well, let's recap this video real quick. That the DOJ is supposed to approve some terms and conditions now that T-Mobile has swiftly shut down their 3G network quickly, which Dish is saying that it impacted Boost customers negatively, but also on the positive side, Dish also stated that they're on track and it looks like they're going to make it by June to meet their deadline for 20% of America covered with 5G service, standalone 5G. It's going to be a cloud-based service. They're supposed to have it covered by June 14th. Well, this is Daily Tech Mike. If you thought this article was informative, or if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're a past viewer and haven't subscribed yet, do so. Also, don't forget to like this video. It helps circulate any of my videos. Thank you very much. Catch you on the next one. You already know.